Oh my God, 7:00.
Welcome to the Knit Night Podcast. I'm Liz, and I'm here with Therese and our dear friend Morgan, who we're happy to make it this week. Welcome to
Yay.
Monday. It's another Monday. If you're new, thank you for trying us out. If you're returning, thank you for coming back. We're not sure why you do, but we appreciate it a lot.
Masochist.
Unfortunately, Joe's not here because she had another thing to do today. It's Melbourne Cup Day, so she couldn't be here. So it's horse race day in Australia. And so, unfortunately, we won't get to see her. But welcome. What are you guys up to?
We're
I just got
not
home.
watching horse
Oh.
racing.
Yeah, we're not watching it, but we're betting on it, evidently.
It could be. I might. It's tomorrow. So, yeah.
Well, tomorrow for us.
Yeah. So I might watch it. I might try to find it on TV.
I don't know.
Because I am a horse racing person.
All the sports that are big in my area right now is the F1 race, which is next weekend, which is destroying downtown, tearing up the strip. Employees don't know how they're going to get to work in all the casinos. It's going to be a nightmare. And there might be a strike. So that should be exciting. And tickets were so expensive we couldn't go.
That's, yeah.
Which is a
Sounds
bummer.
fun.
$500 for standing room only.
What?
That was the cheap tickets that sold out in like 15 minutes months ago. And now it would be $1,800 for the 3-day event. I think
This
it's
is
still
for a
standing
car
now.
race?
Yeah, the Formula One race. So,
Wow.
yeah, not doing that.
Mm-mm.
Hope everybody
Crazy.
survived daylight savings and took advantage of your extra hour.
My dogs have made up for it. So, no. They didn't get
Hey,
the memo.
we've got Stenko Farms and Tomsky and Baker Street Knits and Tanya in the chat.
Guys.
Welcome. Sunday comedy is why I keep returning. Yeah, that's why we keep returning too, Tanya. We never know what's going to happen. I don't know if Neil's popping in because tonight this is a Knitting Wars week, so he's probably picking them
That's
over
right.
us.
Tomorrow's Knitting Wars. Yay.
I'm going to be on. I'm so excited because I have a Tuesday off.
Yay.
Nice.
Well,
You're kidding me right now.
hopefully Neil will be recovered and not sick.
Yeah.
I'll be
Yes,
back.
daylight savings is a con. You're right, Tomsky. So hope everybody's getting their puritanical knitting done because that ends the end of this month. So
And I still haven't
all the
started.
black knitting in. You didn't start? I finished
Still
one,
haven't started.
except I have to block it still and add the buttons, but I finished the Fortress cardigan for my daughter.
That's so pretty.
Thank you. It has a little like lacy bottom. It's very Victorian shaping. It like buttons up here and then it opens like
That's
down
cool.
So we're gonna do a photo shoot, my daughter and I. We've got some plans with some props, so we'll see how it goes because got to make fun of it since all that black knitting.
Yeah, I still haven't started. I think my plan is because I have a whole thing of black alpaca in DK. And I think I'm just going to do a murder knit shawl if I actually end up getting to it. So.
Well, murder knit shawl is always a good choice. Hopefully Joe didn't hear me say that, but for the rest of us, it's a good choice. Let's say that.
Right.
We all know how she feels about it. So,
that's all right.
What are you working on now, Morgan?
Well, I've been working on two things. One just kind of came up. I don't know if Neil would want me to show it, so I guess I'm just going to kind of hold off. But it's oh, wait a minute. I don't know why I couldn't show it because he showed up.
Yeah, if it's what I think it is, he showed everybody else.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So never mind. I don't know why I'm like, ooh, don't know if I can show it.
Oh, I like the colors.
Yeah.
I do
so I'm hoping to get this done by the end of the week, which I'm sure I will because it's crochet and it goes
Thanks,
fast.
Tabitha.
Hey, Tab, we love you.
I'm gonna make a murder knit shawl finally.
Yay!
Yay!
You've converted another one. You should be very proud. It is the ultimate pattern.
It
It is
is.
good.
It
It's
is.
good.
Hi,
And
Elle.
then
Hi, Nituation. Welcome.
Hi
Are you?
guys.
Ooh, that brioche. I've got to learn the brioche thing.
it's so
We
much
gotta-
fun.
We got to talk about the brioche thing. Oh, geez, look what she's doing.
I
Ugh,
know.
It's so
That's very
sparkly.
cool.
I don't know if the sparkle's showing up on
I
camera.
feel
but...
so remedial. Like I just can't.
Well,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
only my second, or maybe, well, actually, wait a minute. This is only my second full brioche project. You know, like just doing brioche. So if I can do it, you know, y'all can do
Honey,
it.
I've been knitting longer than you've been alive, and I still can't do brioche.
Tanya,
So-
you always need more
Oh.
whips. That's a given. I'm sure Teresa
Yes.
and Morgan agree.
Mm-hmm.
Whips are life.
They are.
No, I got the. I'm gonna learn brioche after the next year. After
Okay,
we do
well, let
that
me know, because yeah,
vest that Neil and Joe have talked me into. It is all color work, and I've never done a project that's entirely color work.
Ooh,
But the
Elle,
floats
I
don't look
haven't.
very long, so I think I can do it. And I ordered yarn from Holst,
mhm,
so
Sure.
because
Okay,
to make
hold
it
on.
economical, and I
mhm.
got the tail end of their sale, so that worked out well.
That's
Um,
good. Yeah,
Yeah, even though their yarn's less than $4 a skein to begin with,
yeah,
and their shipping is not that expensive to the U.S.
and they
So I
have
was surprised.
sales all the time. Yeah,
Yeah, so I'm gonna try it. I don't know when I'll finish it, and I think it's something that I'll have to put aside a lot because mentally that's a lot of color work. But I will try it. So, what are you doing, Therese?
what am I doing? Okay, so I have a faux. I have a finished object. Where'd it go?
Yay!
Ooh.
Okay, here it is. This is my crocheted. This is, oh, here we go. This is my crocheted shawl that I was working on last week.
Ooh, that looks
Pretty.
nice
That
and warm.
fantastic 4-ply, not plied, 4-stranded alpaca, baby alpaca. I
Ooh,
put a
bet it's
tassel in it. Look, I made a
Ooh, fancy.
tassel.
I like
And
that.
we're in the 50s, so I can't wear it because it's too hot. That's
Was
okay.
that a pattern or did you just make it up?
It's my first triangle shawl pattern. It's a free pattern. It's not my
Gotcha.
first, but I just wanted something because I really wanted to just have something basic with that alpaca. I can just throw on. And then the other thing
Yeah.
I'm working on, I have a almost hoe. I'm making mittens.
Ooh.
Mittens. This is Tin Can Knits, simplest, whatever it's called, easiest, simplest knitting pattern, whatever. And I just have to do. I hate doing the thumbs. I just hate picking up and doing the thumbs.
Do you do
So now I'm
DPNs
gonna
or
do
Magic Loop?
2 at a time. I'm doing on DPNs.
Wow.
And here's the second one. I started 1x1 rib or ring. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm
I'm
working
working on my other sock arm cardigan. The sleeves are done. And I have about 3 more inches of the body, and then I can do the bottom ribbing and then the button bands. So
Yeah.
I'd like to get this done to wear Thanksgiving and get it done this
Oh,
month because it's
nice.
mostly black for
Yeah.
the puritanical knitting. Hey Cheryl, welcome.
Well, my calliope, I've had to
Great.
reevaluate the sleeves, and I'm going to frog back. What? The thumbless simpleton?
Hi Diana Clark, welcome.
I'm thinking about it, Tomsky. I'm thinking about it. Thumbless would be okay. Yeah.
Yeah, except it's cold where you live. You might want a thumb.
Yeah, I need thumbs. I need thumbs.
Thanks,
'Cause
Tanya.
I'm not a thumbless animal.
I like this self striping. It's from String Theory Colorworks. and she does amazing self-striping, and it's a sport weight, which I really like because I wouldn't be doing this if it was finger and weight.
Yeah.
And then the black is Mad Tosh Pashmina, which is also sport weight. And then I will be done with black for quite some time, other than I have a hat I need to do, but then I'll be done with black for a while. So, because you can only knit so much black before you go blind.
Yeah, I'm trying to get through just finished stuff. Like I said, that Calliope, I started the sleeves, and they're ribbed sleeves, 2x1 rib. And they only have them. It's crazy how they have the pattern. Like the smallest needle, there's 2 needle sizes, 6 and 7, I think. And you use the small needle for the neckband, but then you use the 7 for everything else, including the armbands. But if you look at the pattern, those sleeves are pretty tight. And so I did it like it said, and I'm like, oh, these sleeves are too big. So I'm going to go down maybe 2 needle sizes and do the sleeves. But that's just boring stuff that I don't want to do. So
I did get an accusation, which is the new book by Sock-Matician, his double knitting book. I ordered it from his website, and it's really cool. Like, it's got amazing patterns and charts on how to do double knitting. I'm really gonna enjoy trying them out. It's very sweet. If you order it from his website, he'll even personalize it for you.
nice.
Sign it, which is very
that's
sweet of him.
cool.
And it's a well printed book. I mean, tons of pictures as usual, because Nathan is a professional. All his books are just amazing. And they're up close of the fingers. So when you're showing how to do the knitting stitches, you can actually see in the pictures. So they're really cool. And I'm sure he probably has videos, because he usually
Probably has
as
videos.
well.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah. So after I do his double knitted brioche and this, we'll see. But I like to support him. I got was one of his Kickstarters when he had his whole crazy mess, and I'm just so proud of him that he's come so far back, and that he hasn't let them stop him, and his creativity is there. And
I feel
he
like
has a video on One Pass Brioche. Ooh, Therese,
Oh,
we need to
nice.
learn that one. Thank you, Elle. I'm gonna have to look that up, because I don't do any brioche yet, so maybe that'll be the way to go.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking about this the other day, and I feel like it might have been a Karen Templer post, but I feel like the people who were canceled, because they don't think the same way that other people do, which, whatever, they're all doing okay. So, whether Karen
Yeah,
Templer is
no.
she's still designing. She just put out a book, I think,
yeah,
like
she did.
a week ago. Yeah. And Nathan is doing okay. And Maria has branched out to other stuff, but she's okay. And,
Christy Glass
everybody's
has her
okay.
Patreon, but she's
Yeah.
been putting some videos on YouTube again. So
Mhm.
I guess she feels comfortable enough to put public videos again. So good for her. I think as things have happened in the world, in the knitting world, people have realized, how ridiculous some of these things
Yeah, you can
were.
only go so far, and then people start saying, hey, wait a minute. And it doesn't matter what side you're on, even regular, normal thinking people are like, okay, enough's enough,
Yeah, and I think things like the woolen folk thing make people take a step back and
Sure.
really consider situations better now. And if you want a great breakdown on that, watch Tara's Yarn Chicken and Shit video. She does a breakdown of the woolen folk vendors, and it's really good. And it's very, from a business standpoint, it's a very good exercise to show businesses, to make the choices that they make without considering, all the costs and possibilities. So
yeah,
it was a really good video. And our friends Amy and Denise have a new video out, but I haven't watched it yet.
I know I haven't watched it yet. Morgan, what are you working on feverishly?
I'm working on that hat that Neil showed before. I forget now how you even say it. Maelstrom.
Maelstrom.
I don't know.
Yeah. Sorry, Neil, if I got that
Think
incorrect. I'm sorry. Um,
he pronounces
yeah.
it wrong. He's British, you know.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
they talk funny.
Sorry, Chomsky.
Yeah.
But
So I'm working on that. Yeah, I'm hoping to have it done here in the next maybe like day or so. Just because it's crochet and it's fast, and not that
Mhm.
I'm like super duper fast, but yeah, I want to try to knock it out before the deadline at the end of the week. So
yeah,
give myself a
Unlike
challenge.
Tabitha, who, 2 years later is still, I'll get it done.
Well, to be fair, so it's funny. The oh, which show was it now that Neil did initially? It was the one that like see now I'm gonna forget the name. The one that looks like it has like claws,
Hmm.
in
hmm
it. So
Yeah.
Oh, the cat
I
one.
yes. So I started making that after it came out, and I still haven't finished it either. Because it's just like I started because like
I think
I started other things too, but so I still have it though, and I like every now and again like pull it out and just start doing it again, But I'm like,
yeah,
I'm gonna finish it. I promise.
yeah. I have a couple. I have a couple patterns that are coming out. A free hat pattern,
Ooh.
Tannenbaum hat, which is to thank people who bought my patterns all year, and also in January the Rosie shawl, which will be for Amy's Who Done It. But I'll need to get that test knit in the next couple of weeks. I'll put a test call out for that. It's a 1.5 skein fingering weight shawl. Um, really simple, like 8 stitch cable, so it's not even like one that you actually have to use a chart for. Um,
Hmm.
but I'll need
As
that tested.
as tempted as I would be to
Oh,
sign
I'm not
up.
asking you,
I know.
Morgan. You're
It's
Oh
like,
busy.
no, 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 no!
I know. I'm like,
I
oh,
know.
I'll do. Yeah. No.
I'm not
Like,
Neil who going, hey Morgan, can you knit this by tomorrow?
Right.
well, to be fair to him though, he has not like he hasn't done that for a really long time, and honestly, like I was telling some of y'all in chat that my crafting mojo in general has just been pretty much at
Hmm.
a like dead standstill. So honestly, I think this is kind of good for me to be getting back into this because it's
Hmm.
just like motivating. So thanks Neil for that.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well,
it kind of gets you know things sort of going again where I'm kind of feeling like okay, yeah, like yeah, I've just been super tired lately. I'm not really sure why, but it's just like it
You
doesn't
need
seem to matter how
vitamin
much.
D, my friend.
Well, I've been trying to sit outside because lately, during
Vitamin
the
D.
afternoons,
You.
the sun has been really nice. It's been fairly warm out where I don't have to be like completely bundled up.
Hmm.
So I've been sitting outside for as long as possible now for the last couple days, just to you know
well,
Yep.
you
try
can,
to
yeah,
feel
for
better.
sure,
Right?
because you're gonna
Yeah.
get weather at some point. So,
Shh.
Oh yeah.
Shh.
well,
Because she
my
gets
normal,
weather and then I get it the next day. So shh.
Right. Right. I'll let you know, Therese.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. Be my you can
and
be
I'm not asking
you
my
can be
usual test knitters because Tabitha is knitting a project for um,
Hmm.
a raffle, and I don't want to bug her. And Amy's busy with the whodunit,
Yeah.
so hopefully somebody will be willing to test knit it so the pattern can be out for that. The whodunit is going to be so much fun. Amy's
Oh,
put
I
so much
can't wait for
effort in
that.
this, and it's going to be fun. So you'll have to watch the podcast and get the clues and try to figure out who done it.
I'm trying to
And
decide on my pattern that I'm going to work on.
there's no specific thing you have to work on.
I know. So that's why I'm trying
Um,
to figure out what am I
you
gonna
can work on
I know what
anything.
I'm gonna be doing.
Um, test call will probably come out at the end of November, if not beforehand. I have to type it up. I do my Murder Knits cowl will be out too, if anyone wants to knit it in January, which is just like the hat.
Ooh.
It's the same cable from the cardigan that's in the hat. So there'll be a matching cowl, and that's going to be in Holly from Mystery Mouse's yarn, because she's going to come up with a colorway for the Whodunit. So that'll be available as well.
Maybe
I
I'll
love that
do my
cable.
cardigan. Maybe I'll
Yeah,
do
that'd be
that.
nice.
I'll
Then you
be a
can do yarn.
responsible person and
Because I
not
made
catch
you,
anything.
I made you pick the yarn to do it, then helped you find the yarn to do it in.
I need to finish mine too. I haven't.
Size 4, Liz, a size 4. You're killing me.
Well, I'm sorry, but just think how warm it'll be because it's a dense enough
No,
fabric. You're not
you
going
know
to get
what?
cold
You
in
know
it.
what's warm? Size 8, size 9, size 10. They're warm too. Just saying.
I will keep that in mind. I'm going to be
Okay,
knitting
keep
a,
that in
a
mind.
worsted weight cardigan that's
I'm
going to
putting in
be
a
on a size
request.
8.
Design a pattern for size 9. How about size 9? Let's do
Um,
size 9.
well, it'll be through the Telegram group. Yeah, because this one I knit for my daughter is a 16-inch gauge and with worsted, and I liked that, so the cardigan will be in that. I'm getting
Morgan,
yarn from Chicken
what
Lady for
colors
that,
are
so I'm
you
very
using
excited.
on that?
I'm using brown and yellow.
Brown and yellow.
Just some
Very fall.
stash. You know, I'll look like a bumblebee.
Or a, wacky bumblebee.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's
I
brown and
really.
yellow? Like
You'll
a
have to put a
envelope.
cute tassel or pom-pom or something on the top. Except that would hide it, wouldn't it? Well, if you did a dangling tassel, it'd be okay.
Tassels are good. Yeah.
See, like
Yeah,
a tam kind of
typically.
thing.
Well, and I mean, I don't know if I should entirely give away like what it like entirely looks like, but like typically it's like I wear slouchy hats, like this. So it's so like this one is gonna be a bit like different than the hats I'm typically like used to wearing. So it should be kind of just kind of
Yeah.
fun,
Yeah, it's a cute pattern. Neil did a good job.
Yeah, definitely.
Is that
Definitely.
same crochet circle thing? Is that the same type of thing?
I think some are close.
Kind of looks similar.
I think it's the same. It's so much fun to make. It's so that circle was so much fun.
Well, didn't you crochet the circle? They're both crocheted, right?
Oh, is yours knit?
No, it's
No.
crochet. I just wanted to make sure I couldn't remember if yours was crochet or not.
Is yours knit or crocheted?
Mine's crocheted too.
Okay, that's what. Yeah, I did that cowl. I don't know when he's putting it in the magazine, but
I don't know.
It's fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Very avant-garde of him.
Yes, definitely.
So, yeah, I think he's going to be on Knitting Wars tomorrow, and I think Morgan's going to be on there too, aren't you?
Ooh.
Yep. I got a Tuesday off, so yep.
And Saturday they're doing their trunk show, so check out their channel and check the times and the different dyers that are going to be part of it. So it should be a lot of fun. I think Delightful Works is going to have bags too. So, and she makes awesome bags.
Yeah, she does.
So yeah.
Oh gosh, trying to count and look at the same time.
So it seems like the woolen folk stuff seems to have died down a little bit.
Yeah, that whole thing. Like I was trying to keep up with it in the beginning, and again, I think because I've been so tired lately, I just was like, okay, I don't have the energy to even try to completely understand any of this. Like I just don't. Yeah, it's like, nah, I'm good. Just the whole thing is just kind of like, I mean, there's always got to be someone who's got to like suck the joy out of something, like if like, misery loves company, that whole thing. It's just, it's like, oh, yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, I think it was unfortunate choices. I think people got in over their heads. I think that a lot of due diligence wasn't done. And I think the organizer was out for herself, allegedly. I can't prove that, so don't come for me. But she made an awful lot of money off of it. So.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, really, Elle? That doesn't surprise me.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
And the thing is, there were a limited number of people who were going to go. So there was only a limited number of people who were going to be there buying their yarn anyway.
Hmm.
So this hue and cry of everyone else in the community has to make it up to us is a, kind of a, why aren't you asking, the people, ticket holders, offering the ticket holders saying, hey, if you had a ticket and you came to Woolen Folk and you had a bad experience, we'll offer you a discount. Prove that you had a ticket. Let the people who are going to be their purchasers take some of the burden of the buying instead of calling out everyone else in the yarn community saying to, buy our yarn.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings about it because I try to think of it as like some savvy business person who, whatever, and they should have known and this and that. Okay. I get that. Like, but then I think about somebody like me or somebody that's would be a small vendor, can't get into Rhinebeck because that's old boys network, old girls network, whatever. So they're just trying to sell some yarn, this and that. $900 for a booth. I wouldn't be like, oh, this is bogus. I'm out of here. I would seriously think about I spent $900 to get this booth,
Yeah, I
So
mean, like
I'm
Tara
on both
talked about in
sides
her
of the
video,
fence.
sunk costs. Do I want to try and participate and hope that my, product doesn't get damaged and hope I get sales, or do I just take the loss for what it is,
Yeah.
save my product and sell it later? And that's a tough choice to make. You can't make that for somebody, but
Well, yeah.
I just think,
And from what I understood, everybody was supposed to be inside from the contract.
unless they requested to be outside.
Right.
That's what I heard.
Exactly.
Right.
So if the people who requested to be inside then were put outside, yeah, I'd have a problem with that. But then I'd be like, okay, I spent 900 or 1800 if you bought a double booth. What am I supposed to do? I can't eat that money. So, yeah, it's a bad situation all the way around.
Yeah, but even doing the math, I think you're
Oh, yeah.
right, Baker Street. I agree with you totally. I think though
Yep.
too, they oversold on vendors intentionally. I think to get vendor fees because
Oh, for sure.
they weren't all going to make
Would you
money
know
with
that?
that many vendors with a limited number of people.
But would you know that as a vendor that you were participating in something that was, however many people?
Well, here's the thing.
So
They
you're
knew,
supposed to have
I guess
500 people there and you have 1,500. You wouldn't know that as a vendor,
they did, but they did know because when she told them about the change of location, she said they had sold 2,500 tickets. So they knew how many people were coming. They knew how many vendors. I think it was just I don't know. I feel bad for the people. I do, but I just
I
think
feel bad
that
because I don't know that they would get their money back that they put up. You know
no,
what I mean? Like, and they're
true, but
not.
they also
Now they're not.
and
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
and also, people are having to deal with, damaged stock and
sure.
trying to get their stock back and everything. I think I agree, Senko Farms. I think they should have asked more questions, or at least when they got the change of venue,
Yeah.
go to the website and look at the new site where it says only 300 or 500 people maximum. I mean, how do you reconcile that with being told that there's 2,500 tickets? Like, wouldn't
Yeah,
you
I mean, the
question
whole
that?
thing, the people running the thing, I mean, she's clearly a grifter. I'll just say that. She's a grifter. She changed it because of whatever, didn't tell the people, okay, look, now it's different, this and that. Oh, it's up to you to go search for information about this. No, she
No,
should have
she
been
told them it would
upfront.
be
Yeah,
better and everyone would be inside and it would be awesome.
right. So,
But they had 30 parking spaces. I mean, even if they were having shuttles, 30 parking spaces is not a lot.
right,
Where the vendor's supposed to park.
right. Yeah, it was just bad all the way around.
Yeah. I just, hope people don't get in that position again where they're taken advantage of and the rules aren't followed. But also too, I think that having so many of those satellite events around Rhinebeck, it's going to get to the point where they're hurting each other because there's so many
Mm.
people. There's
Sure.
just so many, customers to go around, and they can only buy so much. Because you figure if there were 91 vendors at this event, plus the vendors at Rhinebeck, and I know some of them did both, some of them might have done Indian
Mhm.
Bengal and cake, but still, that's like hundreds of vendors.
Yeah.
I would just like to know, like, what all these people who go to like Rhinebeck and like all these other extra ones. I would just like to know what they do for employment that they have so much, like, such a large yarn budget. It kind of
Well, a
seems
lot of people
like.
will save the money all year.
Well, yeah, that's
I've
true.
come on. I used to go to
That's
Maryland every year when I lived in Maryland or Pennsylvania or Delaware. I used to go to Maryland every year. And
Yeah,
I had a budget. And it's not only just to, get all your stuff for the next year, it's also the experience. It's,
right.
it definitely is a
Yeah,
thing. Um, we have smaller ones here, and I haven't been to one for a while because COVID and people are crazy. Um, but it's it's just the experience, and it's nice to touch the yarn, touch the fiber.
oh
You can
yeah,
buy
yeah,
online
absolutely.
365, but it's nice to just go and, it's a nice atmosphere.
right. Well, I've been trying to get to Wisconsin Sheep and Wool
Hmm.
for the last 4 years. And every single year, there's always been something that has come up where I've either been sick, I've either not been able to get off of work.
Hmm.
I've had, well, like this past year, I was moving. It's like there's always
Always something.
something that happens, and so one of these next year, I'm gonna say it now. Next year, I'm blocking off the weekend. Nobody call me. Nobody. I'm not gonna pick up. I'm going next year because I've really, really wanted to go, and luckily I don't live like too far away, so it's just like I want to go so badly because it looks like a really, really good time.
No.
Speaking of a good time, Morgan, Teresa and I are annoyed with you
Oh no,
because you're going to go to the
what did I do?
Neurotic meetup and meet Anne, and we can't
We-
go.
I'll
What's
take lots
happening?
of
Oh, I know. I
pictures.
want to go.
So we're jealous. Okay.
Well, I mean, y'all can fly to Milwaukee, Well, actually, I don't know if I really want to fly into Milwaukee, to be honest. But yeah,
Well, you and Anne and our other friends are going to have a blast. They'll
I'm
take
so
pictures for us.
excited. Yes, I will. I promise.
Hopefully,
I
when they
can't
come
wait.
back to Vegas, I can make it. I missed the last one because we had family in town, and
Oh,
that was a
gotcha.
bummer. I would have rather gone see Neurotic family.
Yeah, it should be
But
good.
yeah,
I was looking at like where it was gonna be, and I was kind of like, oh, okay, it's still within the probably one of the last still relatively decent parts of Milwaukee. So, you know,
yeah, I
yeah,
bet. Every city's got its dwindling locations where you feel comfortable going,
yeah, pretty
unfortunately,
much.
which
So,
is a shame.
yeah, I mean, there's, like it was always so much fun, like at least as a kid, like being able to go, into Milwaukee, go to like all the, all the like museums, and stuff like that, and all sorts of other activities. And now it's just like, yeah, you don't want, you just don't even want to be there in the daylight, let
I
it,
know
let alone
when
at
I lived in
night.
New Jersey, we would take the train or the bus into New York City and just
Yeah,
walk, do go see a play, go to a museum, and some of the places we used to be fine walking at, I would never go back to now
right.
because just
Which is a
no,
shame.
yeah, it is. Well, hopefully the Fiber Fest will bounce back. I just think that there are too many. They get to have too many of these outside events of Rhinebeck. It's going to affect, you know, too many vendors, too many
Right.
people are not going to make the money that they need to make to go to these festivals. So,
Well, and to be honest, this whole thing of like now everybody, after the fact going, oh well, please support us, please buy our stuff, and it's like, look, like I'm not somebody who wants to be guilted into, you know, buying something. It's like, like like it's just one of those things where like it's a real like turn off when it's like somebody's like, oh, poor me, poor me, poor me, you know, buy all my stuff. It's like, yeah,
yeah, I mean,
no,
if it's a, you know, tornado or something like
well,
that,
that's
or a
different.
fire or a sick family member, that's a
Yeah,
totally different thing.
right.
But, yeah, Yarn Cafe Creations and Dragon Horde did do that.
Yep.
It is emotional manipulation.
Yeah.
Excuse me, it's making the customer or the potential customer responsible
I feel
for the vendor,
obligated. Yeah.
and um, and then it takes all the responsibility off the vendor, and
Yep.
that's wrong. I mean, I buy who I buy from. Mainly, it's people are normal people, but there's other people I buy from too, but not if they're bugging me and telling me trying to get me into it. I bought some yarn from Etsy, and I was waiting for it to ship, and it hadn't quite shipped by the ship date, and I just messaged him just to check, and it's because she was waiting on the bare yarn, and she offered me a free skein and a coupon code, and I was like, no, that's not necessary. I appreciate it. I just wanted to make sure that it was coming at some point.
Right.
So she went out of her way to try to make it up for being a day going to the mailbox late, and to me, that's a vendor and a business person who really wants to win over and keep a customer,
Oh yeah.
as
Yeah,
opposed to
definitely.
someone who probably wasn't going to sell most of the yarn that they brought with them anyway.
Right.
So
Right.
that part that makes me mad with the manipulation, because they weren't likely to sell most of their product anyway, not with 91 vendors and that few of people coming in.
Exactly.
So yeah, Biden bucks. We don't have the extra. We don't have Trump money anymore.
Nope.
Tabitha said something about that the other day. But
Yeah, I need
yeah,
to get
it's just
caught up desperately because I'm so behind.
we all are on all the podcasts. There's too many, and and I get that it was a traumatic experience, but all these hugely emotional posts about being triggered because someone could have died. I mean, yes, if there had been a fire or a stampede, but since there wasn't, why
Like,
go to that extreme?
right.
If it was so dangerous at the time, why weren't people demanding to see the organizers or security to fix it?
Yep.
So that's kind of like my attitude about it. You can afterwards say how awful it was, and I'm sure it was bad at the time, but I think upon reflection and hearing other stories, a lot more vendors came out with how horrible it was, who might have been not as affected as some others were, because some of them originally came out pretty oh, it was a great time, met a lot of people, sold some yarn, post, and then suddenly the same people are posting, oh yeah, it was traumatic. So
Yeah.
okay, which was it? you know
Right.
Well, I think that all depends on your. It's a caste system, okay?
no, I'm talking about the same people who originally made original post about how oh, it was a great time, we met so many people and sold yarn, and then a day later after all it came out, they're reposting saying how
Yeah,
traumatized
it's
they were.
just I don't care about those people.
You can't have it both ways.
Yeah, I don't care about those people. I mean, I'm torn on it. I really am. I can see both sides. I can
I can
see
too.
I can see the mathematics, and I can see, well, you should have, yeah, you should have, and maybe you should have, and But I also see, people who felt like they were trapped. I mean, a lot of people came a long way. They paid their 900 or their 1800 or whatever. They came a very long way. So what are you going to do? Just pack up and leave? I mean, I get it. I get, it's just bad all the way around. And
That
the
I
fact
can
that
understand.
people excuse people for this is awful.
Well, I hope they can recoup some other vendors' fees, through the courts
Yeah.
if they have to.
Sure.
I just, it's a downer because there's been a lot of festival issues, Stitches
Mhm.
and their whole
Yep.
mess where a bunch of people lost, vendors who had already pre-booked for the next festival lost money.
Mhm.
So this is another time where vendors are getting hit. And it's like, in this economy, you have to, I'm wondering, how many opportunities they will have to go to. And you're going to have to do so much more research to make sure the ones you're going to are actually worth the
Yeah.
money and you can trust them. So I heard staff was excellent that weekend. So
But I mean, I'm sorry, $900 for and
a
and
lot
and
of
and
money.
and and,
Yeah.
and what it was like 10 by 10, like 10
10
by
by
10 or
10.
whatever or something. Like
Mhm.
that, I mean, that's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean, I guess because I mean I can't really say a whole lot because I've never like been in that kind of like position before. I mean, I've never had a small business. I've never done anything like that. But that just seems like way too much
Yeah,
to me.
I've vended at craft shows before. Certainly not anything, like Rhinebeck or, it's satellites. But
Yeah.
I've vended at craft shows before. And yeah, proportionately, no, it's not even close,
No.
That's
And Rhinebeck was
ridiculous.
only what, 450 or 500 or something like that? 400, I heard. So
Yeah. You just have to be in the club. Yeah.
Still, that
yeah,
just seems like a lot. But again, not that I know, but it's just like that just seems like an awful lot. But
Yeah. Yeah. But then there were discounts for
certain
some
people.
people and
yeah, that I have a problem with too. But
yeah, and as you should,
everybody
as
should.
anybody should.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. Elle said one of the vendors who was stating they would make sure it was a safe event for everyone after Willowfolk at Frederick's
Is that
Cyberfest.
Frederick?
It was
Yeah.
it was hard for them to get into without any mobility issues. So
Wow.
yeah, I mean,
Okay.
you got to learn from experience, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to hurt a lot of dyers, and a lot of dyers have gone out of business. A lot of yarn sales stores have gone out of business, and it
And
seems
this
like
is
this is
not
going to hurt
going
it even more. But there's so many dyers that there might just be an influx. It's going to be really hard, for all of them to keep going in this economy because people only have so much money, and there's so many places to spend it.
and most of it's at the grocery store. So yeah.
Or the gas station.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, yarn is a luxury right now
It is for
for
sure.
me. I mean, you know what? If it's not for you, yay.
Yeah. So I've got
Right.
stash.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
Sure.
that's exactly it. So it's just like, okay, you're looking at not, like $900 plus say came from I mean really anywhere. I mean it
Anyway,
doesn't really
yeah.
really matter, but but then you figure the further you came from, I mean the more in gas, the more
Mhm.
so it's just
Sure.
like I just don't like that just seems so insane to me that and
Yeah.
I mean depending on what kind of trailer or whatever other mode you use to carry all
Mhm.
your stock with you, I
Mhm.
mean you would have had to have brought like a lot with you
Well, and plus some people
if you
brought like
were
a helper and they paid
Some, pe-
them,
some people
your
shipped the
staff.
yarn
Yeah.
in advance.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's just like insane to me. But
Uh-huh.
then again, I don't know. So
But you do. You do know. Everybody knows. You know, you
I
don't
feel
like
bad
being
all
in.
around. I think I'm
Yeah.
sorry the vendors had such a terrible experience. I'm sorry the customers had such a terrible experience.
Yeah, it was
I hope
bad
enough
for
people learn
everybody
from it so that in
except the
future,
organizers and her friends. Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Her friends had a great time.
I get the sponsors aren't responsible, but when the sponsors are there on the floor and they see things happen,
Yeah.
if I were donating money to it, I would want to make sure that people were
My name was
had,
not attached to this awful thing to happen. Yeah.
or at least be seen as trying to fix things,
Yes. Yes.
you know, because then at least I can say, hey, I was not part of the decision making, but I did everything in my power to
Right.
help
And
out.
people would recognize that for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know,
Yeah.
evidently they weren't paid to be in the podcaster patio, which
The fact I said this on whatever Twitter or Instagram, whatever. The fact that people podcasters want to get paid to go to an event and talk to people, like the fact that I remember that I have a podcast is funny. So where's my check? Like,
you got to
come
pay them for
on.
their labor, trees. Come on. Don't you know? Certain people get paid for their labor. Certain people don't.
The fact that you
We're in
would
the
pay
don't category.
somebody, you would pay to talk to a knitter is insane to me. It's just insane.
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
It's weird.
I mean, would I love to talk to certain people? Sure, but I wouldn't pay for it.
Well,
And
yeah, for sure. I mean, there's podcasters I watch that I would be like, "Hey, friend, like I love like watching you and whatever." But it's not this fangirl crap. I mean, that's just
you
weird.
know, and when I
Weird.
worked in art galleries, we got a lot of celebrities in, and
Ugh.
I was not impressed. And it came across because they're just people. It's like you make movies or you're on TV show. Why should I applaud you? I mean, that's your job. It doesn't
Right.
make you better than any other my other customers, and quite frankly, my other customers probably spend more money than you do and don't ask for discounts.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I have no, I'm not that impressed
No.
because just because you can act or you can sing, it doesn't mean you're
You
better
can
or
pretend
smarter.
to be
Or,
something that you're not. Okay.
I mean, we had celebrities who would get mad when they weren't noticed, which was
Oh yeah.
hilarious to me because then we would intentionally act like we didn't see them. And some who wanted to be low key who would come in and not want to be noticed and thank you if you know for not making a
Mm-hmm.
scene if you said something to them. And I saw some who came in for the soap opera awards one time, and they were actors that my mom had watched her whole life. And when they came in, they I had said, just told them that, and they were like, "Oh, thank you for thank you for not making a big deal, and we really appreciate it." And because it was their day off,
Sure.
and they didn't want to be recognized, and but I didn't put them on a pedestal. It's just they're people doing
No.
their thing.
Oh,
And
ridiculous.
after seeing a lot of artists act crazy and human, and it's like I'm not impressed by celebrity. I mean, I'm impressed by people who actually do things. You know, entertaining me is not. Yeah,
I fangirl more on sports people than Hollywood.
yeah.
Sports people are they're my Hollywood people.
Oh yeah. I still can't believe how much people paid to get in the door.
well, yeah, that too.
And then
It's
there was the
just
$250 preview dinner thing.
What?
Yeah,
preview for
Thursday night
what?
there was a $250 dinner, which
You're
gave you a
nice. People
preview
think
and
they
early
know better.
shopping. And I guess there wasn't enough food and desserts. And get this, the vendors got
Yeah.
into the dinner, but any helper they had to pay $160 to get into the dinner.
Okay, for $160, this better be the best meal I will eat in my entire life. It it better be the best meal I will ever eat.
These
Ever.
people think they are. This is ridiculous.
But evidently people paid for it, so I guess it's a
Yeah, I
thing.
mean,
Well,
yeah,
I hope it was good.
that's what's worse.
I
Yeah.
mean, we have some outstanding stellar restaurants here that are not cheap, but you get good quality food, and I can't imagine catered in a tent is going to be
$160?
the same quality as some of the restaurants that I can go to here.
Right.
Yeah, that was just for the vendors helpers. The vendors each
Right.
got one ticket to the dinner, and anyone with them had to pay $160. It was $250 for the attendees, and I guess they were supposed to get some gift bag, but some of the swag wasn't in there or something. I don't know all the details on that.
That's so bad.
I just $250.
That's
Jeez,
insane. Again,
that's a
it's
lot of
like,
yarn.
well,
I'd
yeah.
way rather save the money and spend it on yarn if I had it.
There's so many things, yarn, trying to finish my half sleeve. There's so many things I'd rather spend. I mean, again, like $250. That's gotta. I mean, I mean, it's gotta be more than just like a 5-course meal. I mean, that's gotta be like 20. Like that's just insane.
I don't know. All I know is knitting with social media has become a cult of celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah.
it's sad to
And the
witness.
knitters are thinking really highly of themselves.
Yeah, it's like you're just a knitter who might have kids and might have a job and whatever. It doesn't mean you're any more special than anyone else. I mean, yeah, we love the people watch us, but we want you to watch us and hang out with us.
Right.
We're not trying to build an army, so to speak, to send against people if they don't like us. We just want to hang out
Well,
with fellow
if
crafters.
it's against the government, then I'm okay with that.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
talking about crafters. I mean, we're not doing this to
No.
get notoriety. We're doing it because we want to enjoy it. We want the experience. We want to get to know people and
Sure.
hang out with our friends because we don't get to see each other because we all live in different parts of the country.
Mhm.
But some of them, it's their whole lifestyle.
Yes.
And if you can make money doing that, good for you. But
It becomes their identity. It's who they are.
Exactly.
And
Yeah, it's
that's not good.
Yeah, to me, it's more your thing is what you do. Shouldn't be who you are. I'm a knitter, but it's not everything about me. It's just something that I enjoy doing. I enjoy knitting and crocheting, but I'm also a whole person aside from that. And some of them, like you said, they do take it on as their entire personality. And
Mhm.
and it's
I
not
just
just
feel
knitting
like
fiber, every fandom or whatever, every
It's
segment. And I
everywhere.
think
Yeah.
it's social
Right.
media, but
Yeah.
it still overwhelms me sometimes because I'm just like, okay. And I'm supposed to be impressed by this. Why now?
Yeah.
All these actors and whatnot telling you how to think and what irks me is all these actresses with their book club recommendations. Like, I will make my own choices about what to read. What you choose to read is what you choose to read, and what makes you a better choice for what I choose to read than what my own choices. Like, what makes
Yeah.
you in a better position to tell me what I should and shouldn't read? Just because it just cracks me up. Oh, thank you.
Aw.
We try to be approachable and a little crazy, a little more crazy when Joe Bob's here because she keeps us on our toes, and we get lamb pictures, which are the best.
Lambs.
We haven't seen the lambs in a while.
The lambs are screaming, Clarice.
I wonder if they're outside yet. We'll have to ask her if they're still living at home. She's not doing breeding dogs anymore. She's got lambs instead in the house.
Lambs or goats or whatever.
Well, and a cow. She's got the baby calf too.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so I've been thinking, because I've either had people that I know recently adopt a dog, or I've seen some ad, or because of course I follow a couple of the Humane Society things here in Wisconsin, and it's like I see all these like all these dogs, all these cats, and I'm like, I want a dog so badly.
Oh,
I'm
you
just
can
like,
have mine. I'll give
I
you
do
one for
too.
free.
I'm here, take it.
I do too. I don't want to pay extra in rent though. Right now,
Yeah.
$500 a month is what I would have to pay, and I'd rather
Ugh.
not pay that now.
Ooh.
So yeah, which disappoints my
One
son
day.
greatly because he really wants a dog. But
One day I'm gonna get a dog. My dream dog has always been a chocolate lab. I've
Bam.
always
Bam.
wanted a chocolate lab.
I want
Gosh,
I
now
want a
sorry.
I want a pocket pit bull because they're adorable. They're pit
Pocket.
bulls, but they're like this
What?
big. Pocket pit bull.
Okay, I'm
They're
gonna
like
look
they
this
only
up.
get like
Hold
this
on.
tall and this big. They're
Well,
like
that's what
miniature pit
Roxy.
bulls.
Roxy is like. Well, she's an American Staffordshire Terrier, so she's a smaller pit bull.
Right.
She's a
I
smaller.
love pitties.
She weighs
Yeah.
I love
probably
pitties.
55 pounds, 50.
Oh no, these get no more than
Small
like
and
25
squat.
pounds.
What's
These get
that?
no more than like 25 or 30 pounds at the biggest.
Ooh, even smaller. Okay.
Yeah. We loved our pit. She was
Oh.
70 pounds and she was big.
Yeah.
She was a big. Did you look them up? Aren't they adorable?
Yeah.
They're so cute. But they're
Oh,
so
I gotta
cute.
look.
And I don't want to go to a breeder, so to have to find one, is the thing. But
Oh,
I love them.
I want
I
one.
I
I
want a
don't-
Frenchie.
I know. I don't want another big dog because
I want a Frenchie.
I had knee surgery because of my dog because she tripped me.
Hmm.
I don't blame her, but I don't want another big dog. But I would love
You know
a
what?
little pocket pit bull.
I grew up with big dogs like German Shepherds and Huskies, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh yeah, big dogs are the way. Oh, little dogs, they're stupid. And then I got a little dog. I'm like, little dogs are the best. Yeah,
Little dogs don't eat as much.
that's true.
Yeah,
Yes, Calvin is
dogs.
very efficient. Yeah.
Big dogs are expensive.
Yes. Yes.
Our dog, when we inherited her from my sister-in-law when she moved to Utah, they didn't have a fenced-in backyard, so she said, "Can you keep her until we get our yard fenced in?" And then it turned out the city that they lived in had an ordinance against pit bulls.
Ooh.
Oh,
I did not
Racism.
want her.
That's racism.
All I knew about pit bulls was coming from New Jersey was that a lot of drug dealers had them. And there was a lot of fighting rings in New Jersey. So I did not want that kind of dog around my children. And then we were watching her and she was so sweet and it was summer. And I'm like, yes, she can come inside and just stay inside the whole time. And then I was done. I'm like, nope,
Yep.
she's our baby now.
Yep.
And
mine
she was
now.
the sweetest dog. Our mailman even liked her.
They're so
Because-
nice. They're so nice.
I know.
She was unless someone threatened my kids.
Dogism. Yeah.
She hated
Racism.
cats.
Dogism.
She really, really hated cats. And chihuahuas. She did not like little dogs.
Chihuahua. Oh, okay, look. Chihuahuas are okay. So I used to do dog bathing for PetSmart
Oh
for
boy.
about like a year. Okay,
Oh wow.
I did that for a year, and then I moved over to their pet care thing and took care of all of the other animals that were there. That's how I fell in love with reptiles and how I got my first snake. But anyway, that's a story for a
okay.
different day.
Okay.
But doing the dog bathing, let me tell you, some of those dogs are insane. So insane.
I have one. Yes.
Well, so there was
Well-
a Chihuahua that we had that we actually had to call the owner, bring him into the back where the kennels were
Yes.
to get his dog out, because even with the bite gloves on and stuff like that, trying to get that dog out of there without being torn to shreds, we had to call the owner and he had to come back there and get his
Mhm.
dog. And
They are insane. They're
Yes.
insane.
Yeah, that's the reason why I don't like them is growing up, my grandmother had them and all of them
Mean.
would bite. And anytime we went to her house, her little pack of chihuahuas would just bite us. So the children, we hated going to my grandmother's house because the dogs
Okay,
she's the
but
only, they would bite everybody except her. Like, they liked her, but they didn't like my grandfather. They didn't like any of my cousins, my aunts and uncles. They bit everybody else.
they don't.
Yeah,
They're insane. Like
they are.
he likes me. He likes me from the morning until like 9 o'clock at night, and then if I try to go near him, he growls. So he's like a vampire, a reverse vampire, or something. I don't know. Or like what's that? When you can't pour water on them and you can't let them out after
Gremlins.
midnight.
A gremlin.
Gremlins.
He's a gremlin. That's what he is. Okay, he's a gremlin. And then he can't do this, can't do that. But then he likes you, but then he doesn't. He's insane.
We had these like super big dogs. I forget what kind of dogs they were. They weren't Saint Bernards. They were bigger than Saint Bernards. Bigger than like
Great
a Great
Danes?
Dane. No, bigger than that.
A
I mean, there were
Pyrenees?
these massive.
Might have been a
No.
Pyrenees.
That mountain
Even
dog
bigger?
thing. Yeah.
Mastiff?
Some kind of mastiff.
Or mountain dog. Yeah.
Like, yeah. I
yeah.
mean, these dogs were massive,
Mhm.
and like, but the gentlest giants ever. I mean, and they're being such babies. I was trying to like, like trim their nails, and they're all like, and it's just, I'm like, you like the size of this dog's head is like bigger than mine, and it's just, but they're like so sweet. And I had like a handful of pit bulls that I would, and just, I mean, the sweetest dogs ever.
Oh,
Like,
my pit was the sweetest. She really
yeah, they're
was.
just,
If anyone broke in my house, forget it. She would lay on the
yeah.
floor and let him, as long as they pet her. But if someone threatened the kids, that was an entirely different story.
Oh,
And my son had asthma, and he had an asthma attack and stopped breathing.
Mm.
We took him out. My daughter and I took him outside because it was winter, and the cold air will sometimes help restart. And she came out and guarded him. And when the EMS came, she wouldn't let them near him. So I had to actually pick her up and put her in the house because she was guarding her kid. He was down, and she didn't know these people, and she knew he was wounded, and she guarded him. So she was very protective, and she loved kids. She got out one time and went to the kids' elementary school down the road. And my neighbor called my husband. She's like, "Where's your dog?" And he's like, "In the backyard." She's like, "No, she's not. She's at the school, just waiting for the kids to get out."
I'll be right back. Hold on, guys.
Yeah, I agree, Senko. I've not had good luck with little dogs. I've only had the big dogs. My mother-in-law's always had Yorkies, and my sister-in-law has Yorkies, and they're little yippy dogs. But our pit was sweet, and she had a trick where she would take a plate off the table if you weren't looking, like if you're clearing the table or if you went in the kitchen, or she would take the plate down and not spill it, just grab it with her mouth and just set it on the floor to eat off it. So that you couldn't hear her. She would be so silent, wouldn't rattle the plate and whatever, and then you'd go to clear the table and the plate's on the floor.
Smart. Oh, they're very smart dogs. They're very smart.
There.
Oh, yeah. Oh, min pins are cute too. You're right, Kazi. They're very smart.
Yeah.
They're very smart. They're adorable because they're so aggressive sometimes. They're like little Napoleon dogs because, they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Well, that's Calvin. Yeah, he thinks he's a giant dog. And he's got the attitude like, screw you, do what I want. What are you going to do?
Yeah. Yeah, one day I'll have a chocolate lab. I'd really like to have a golden retriever one day.
Oh,
too.
You're such a Wisconsin person. With the
yeah,
with the labs and the retrievers.
I wonder why. I wonder why. Being from Wisconsin and all, or I could go with a Vizsla. Those dogs are, well, hunting, like all of that. I mean, definitely like one of the like ultimate like hunting dogs.
Mhm.
They're so as puppies, it's so cute. They have like blue eyes, and then as they get older, their eyes turn to green. And it's so cool. They look when they're puppies, they look like little like chicken nuggets. They're so cute.
Our
They're
old
so
neighbor's
cute.
dog was half wolf, and it was the
Ooh.
wolf that Johnny Carson used to bring the animals on
Yeah.
years ago on the Tonight Show, and this wolf had
Yeah,
gone
yeah.
on and done tricks, and this was the grandson of the one that had been on the Carson Show,
Oh,
and
Oh,
okay.
he had been bred with a husky, so he was half wolf, half husky, but he
Okay.
was so smart, like the smartest dog I've ever met. Like he commands, he could open doors, he could open the refrigerator, he could lift things if you told him to, and he was
that's pretty
really
cool.
smart because wolves are very smart.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
really not good to have huskies here because it's too hot,
Mhm.
Right. Yeah.
and
The amount of people who would come in and would want their husky or some other dog shaved.
I would
And
never
then
do
of
that to them.
course, well, and then we'd basically stand there and beg the owner to basically not do it. And we'd try to like explain why, it's not a good idea. So they'll be like, nope, shave them. And so we'd all be standing there. We're like, we're sorry, buddy. We're sorry. like, like, we would try, like, we'd try so hard to, like, explain to people why that's not a good idea. And it
No.
just, there were just some people that were just convinced that it's like, nope, and it's like, no, like, there's a reason they have
Mhm.
this. It's
Yeah,
not
they
just
have that
for
coat and
fun.
undercoat for a
Right.
reason.
Right. And it's just, I mean, most people, with some, like explanation, thankfully we got some people to kind of like realize, like, okay, yeah, it's not actually a good idea. I mean, same thing when like I worked over on the pet care side. It's like trying to explain to people, like, certain, care for different animals. It's like just very, like, with some people, it's very like hit or miss. And it's just like,
Yeah, well, that's why I
I
would
mean,
never have a dog with a coat like that here because it's too hot.
No.
It's
right.
not the place that they would be comfortable in. Um,
Yeah.
so I would never do that. So I've seen a lot of people with huskies and Malamutes here. So, but the dogs aren't comfortable when it's 110 degrees outside.
No.
Right. Yeah.
Wonder if Joe heard our. Um, oh, wait, we got from Joe.
Oh,
Joe bet on the same horse, Therese.
which horse?
The
I
one
didn't
we
bet.
did. Morgan,
What?
name your horse. Joe needs your
I
horse name.
I,
Oh,
s- I said
Okay.
serpentine before,
Okay.
oh.
She said
but
she
I'll
bet
send
on
it
the
to her
same
again.
horse. She bet on the same horse, Therese.
What horse? I didn't bet on a
Gold
horse.
Trip. Gold Trip.
Oh,
The one
yeah, yeah,
David
yeah.
told us.
That's the one. Yeah.
The one your
I was like,
husband said to bet on.
well, I looked at the form and I was like trying to decipher it. And then I was like, okay, it takes much longer. I can read the charts from Australia, but it takes a lot longer than ours. But yeah. Oh, good. Did we win? How much did we
Not
win?
yet.
Are we
I
The
know
race hasn't started
nothing.
yet.
yarn?
I know
The race
nothing
hasn't
about horse
started yet,
racing
so
at all.
It's
I know
Reese
nothing.
does.
I know. Yeah.
You gotta teach me.
More than I want to know. Um oh yeah, it's easy.
Can I just say a declaration that no horses were eaten in the making of this week's
Can't make
episode?
them up. We've
Because
got
talking about horses, somebody's going to
people.
pop up with that.
That's something new that pirates gotta put into the like intro.
Put a horse running
No horses were harmed in the making of
harm in
this
the making
live
of this
show.
podcast.
Well, we have to, Anne comes on, so we have to be careful and make note of that sort of thing.
No, I don't know, man. Every time I go to the grocery store, I'm starting to think that Anne's onto something.
Yeah, it's so expensive.
Yeah.
I just don't
Crazy.
want to know its name, okay?
Yeah, I don't want to know its name.
Yeah. If you tell me I'm eating Buttercup, I'm going to be upset.
Yeah, that would kind of
Oh,
put you off
man.
your appetite, I would think, if
I
you had
never
a.
had a horse named Buttercup. Had every other name in the book, but not that one. So,
Oh,
Ian
I'd like
probably
to have
ate
a
it.
horse one day, but I know they're also incredibly expensive.
oh
Yeah,
yeah.
getting the
But
horse is the cheapest part.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Well, they round up the wild horses here in Nevada and sell them off. You could buy one of them, but then you got to train it.
Morgan, no, Morgan, please don't buy a horse. Please don't. If you want a horse, I can get you 10 horses tomorrow. Okay. Let me know.
Okay.
I
As
don't
soon
think
as
she
I
has a
got
place
the
to put it
large,
right
I know
now.
yeah,
people.
no,
I know
no, I
people.
don't have the room now. But one day when I've got a nice little ranch somewhere,
Yeah.
then I'll,
Okay. Let me know.
I want chickens. I want the whole, like, that would just be like the ultimate,
Mm-hmm.
just to have
Yeah, me
a
too.
little bit of land, all that.
Me too. Yep.
But close
One
enough
day.
to our friends so we could actually see each other in person.
Yes.
That's right.
Would be nice.
Thank you, Baker Street Knits.
Aw, thanks for
Thank
hanging
you,
out with
sir.
us.
See
We
ya.
appreciate
Hope to see
everybody
you.
who comes in for the chaos.
It's so much fun. I'm like, why are you here? I like you
I
being
don't know.
here.
It's one of those things.
You're here.
But I think what else is going on these days? Football, but we're not going to talk about that.
Oh, let's.
We finally won.
Joe's not here to talk about you know who, so it's okay.
Yeah, I don't care about them anyway. Morgan and I are about to be enemies.
Well, we finally won. Not that I'm gonna brag too much because it was against the backup. But hey, a win's a win.
A win is a win.
That's really all I care about at this point. Well, and the funny thing is that like the announcers keep going on and on about how the Packers are one of the youngest teams in the NFL, and it's like, okay, that's all well and good, except the problem with that is that we're so young that we don't know what the hell we're doing.
Oh yay, Al!
So,
I'm glad
yeah.
time flies with us. Yeah, well, at least you have a
Yay!
team that's actually had more wins than
Finished the
losses.
stock.
Okay, just saying. And we're
So it's
about to get another Oakland team here. So
Yay.
oh really?
yeah, the A's.
Oh yeah.
So our football team sucks. So you guys talk about your lovely teams that win, and
Well,
you two can fight about it.
finally broke a 4-game losing streak. I'm sure. I mean, I'll just say right now, I don't think we're going to beat the Steelers. I mean, I'm just, a full stop. I don't think it's
Okay.
going to happen. So,
You know
Reese
what?
got the same things.
I'm not that confident, my friend, because my
well,
team, they would lose to St. Francis d'Assisi's middle school team. Okay, I mean they.
well, but
I think the Giants already did.
Watt's gonna, be sending Jordan Love probably to the ground pretty much the whole game if our O
Well,
line doesn't get it together.
maybe TJ Watt might have something to say about that.
Why is he gonna be out?
No, he's going to be in, and he's the guy who gets his helmet ripped off, and he still does a sack. So
That's what I'm saying. I'm kind of worried for our. I mean, our O line is such a mess.
Ours is too,
right now.
But
But again, the youngest team. It's like, yeah, great. We don't know what we're doing. We look like a bunch of amateurs. So,
well, our coaching staff is pretty much the same except for Tomlin. Although now Matt's down on the field, so he's got to see everybody in person. So,
well, and like once again, Jordan Love throws to Christian Watson, and it's like he finally freaking catches one, but then he's injured again.
Right.
That man is constantly
Oh my God.
injured.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
like, okay,
He's the Jimmy Garoppolo of the
yeah,
Midwest. Yeah.
yep. Well, no, no, that's actually David Bakhtiari, who we've got in a contract for who knows how long, as he sits on the bench recovering from knee surgery again or whatever. So it's actually him. That's the Jimmy Garoppolo.
Half,
I
half
forgive
my
him
team
though
is out for
because
surgery. What are you talking about?
Huh?
Every time we have a game, another Giants player ends up out for surgery.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be okay if they were winning, but they're losing and still getting injured.
Yeah.
What?
You know, at least if they were winning, you could say, well, you know, they got hurt winning, but they're losing, so that's even worse.
Can we all agree that it's really cool that the Patriots suck?
Yes, absolutely,
Yeah.
100%.
Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Party's
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, I keep watching
Definitely.
the Jim Mora, playoffs thing. So I'm in two different fantasy leagues. Okay, I'm in my family one, and then I'm in like my like friends one. And I mean, I'm not making the playoffs this year. I'm 3-6, I think, in one, and then like 4 and or wait, 3-6 and like something else in like a different one. Like there's no way I'm making the playoffs. And I forget if it was my brother or who it was, but they sent me like the short clip thing of Jim Mora going playoffs. It's like, yep, that's the story in my fantasy leagues, the story with the Packers, so our former manager Craig Counsell just took a job with the Chicago Cubs as their general manager.
I saw that. I did see that.
And I'm like, well, you're definitely not going to be seeing the playoffs either.
Nope.
So all we have left are the Bucks, which it's like, all right, well, and of course, my brother, such a big, Dame Lillard, fan, and so he's always like, it's Dame time, and I'm like, look, like we're like 3-2 right now, like just it's the beginning of the season, like calm down.
Are you talking
we'll see.
NBA? Because all I'm hearing is Charlie Brown's teacher.
Yeah,
I don't
sorry,
do NBA.
We do not have an NBA team. We have a WNBA team, and they just won the championship. So,
yay.
Tom Brady is partial owner, I guess, of their. We do have the reigning Stanley Cup champions in hockey, though. And they're the only team that we've had, I think, that started in Vegas and that didn't come here from somewhere else.
My team has Sidney Crosby. And he's cute.
So I'm like, we have a couple good teams. We love our Golden Knights. They are awesome. When we had the shooting, they were just awesome, amazing around town. The players would go in doing blood drives and in the community and helping people out, and they were just so great. So we really love the Knights here.
I just can't do the NBA. I haven't done NBA since.
I haven't done NBA in
Allen
years.
Iverson played for the Sixers.
I haven't done it since Jordan and Michael Magic Johnson
were you
and
alive
Larry
then?
Bird.
Wait,
My family always watched college basketball, not pro.
College basketball is, and it's starting tomorrow.
Yep.
Tomorrow, and I'm so excited.
My family was all ACC.
Well, I used to be until my team moved to the Big Ten, so whatever.
My dad went to NC State and Duke, and my brother went to NC State. So my mom was a Carolina fan. So it was really interesting when basketball was going on in my house.
Mm-hmm.
There were times when my parents watched from different rooms.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we do that, yeah.
So, because their teams are playing each other.
Mm-hmm. We have a mixed marriage. Yeah.
That's how my parents were too. But it wasn't politics; it was basketball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I
Our
always
problem
tell
is
people,
sports. It's not. Yeah. It's not politics.
well, we're not as bad as Amy with her cowboy-loving husband.
What is wrong with him?
Ooh,
We got to have a
yeah.
talk, man.
I don't know. He's a lifelong Cowboys fan, I guess. So that's the way
Ouch.
it be. I don't
Yeah.
know.
You put that on your car? What is wrong with you?
Oh, you see
Seriously.
how Rogers is apparently, still is talking about coming back this season and playing.
He's one of my favorite people on earth, and he never was, but
know.
now he is.
I adore him
I
because
know.
he says whatever he wants to, and he doesn't give a damn.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and I totally
it's
respect.
pretty
And he
great.
called out Travis Kelce about the vaccine.
He
Oh,
told
Mr.
did he?
Pfizer. He
everybody.
called him Mr. Pfizer.
Oh, that's
So I had to
awesome.
laugh at that because that was hilarious. At least
That's
he's not calling him
awesome.
Mr. Taylor.
Well,
Mr.
no,
Taylor Swift.
I saw a whole conspiracy theory thing about why, because I guess there's a play that the Chiefs do every time, like every game, they do this play, and they never get called on it, and it's it should be flagged, and it never gets called. It's always a penalty, and it never gets called. So they're like, well, why? Why does the NFL want them to win? Why would the NFL want the Chiefs to win? Oh, because Kelce has this contract with Pfizer, like this whole conspiracy thing. But you have to go, maybe.
Anything's possible these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't trust anything.
Nope.
I try not to
And you
think
have to
about it
admit,
much, but yeah, probably true.
some of those athletes are paid so much money that they're beholden to a lot of people, I'm sure.
Sure.
You know,
How gross is it to be sponsored by Pfizer? That's just gross. I mean, Nike, sure, or Adidas, or whatever, but Pfizer? That's gross.
yeah.
I mean, Campbell Soup, yeah, or whatever. I'm just saying,
Football
like
players have been doing
Wheaties
Campbell
or
Soup commercials.
what's that?
They've been doing Campbell Soup. Football players have been
Campbell
doing
Soup.
Campbell Soup for years.
Don
That was like
yeah.
that was like the old Coke commercials.
Yeah.
The
Mean Joe Green.
Mean Joe Green, yeah. Thanks, Mean
Joe
Joe.
Green.
Back
God,
in
he
the
was
day,
awesome.
he was.
But
All those,
a drug company, that's just icky.
well, he
No,
thought
no.
he was probably doing his part to save humanity.
Well, he's also
Yeah.
a knee bender. So.
Well, there's that too.
Yeah.
Not as much of that going on anymore, is there?
No, because we've moved on to the next shiny thing,
There's always the next shiny thing. Got to keep the masses controlled. Give them something shiny to look at.
Breads and circuses.
Or something, emotional to appeal to.
Mm-hmm.
To get them to, do what you want. So, completely dark here, and it's only 5:30. I really don't like fall.
No, me neither.
It's not fun. We were super windy today, but it's kind of died down a bit.
It was windy here today too.
Same here.
Because we
Like I said,
basically
just
have the same
moves.
weather.
Yeah, just
You guys got anything exciting going on this week, or any new projects you're going to start, or?
I say that I'm going. Well, so here's the thing. I keep saying week to week here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do the puritanical knitting fun run. Yeah, and then we're into November and I haven't started.
Yeah, you
anything
still
yet,
got 20-something days. You're fine.
You can whip a hat out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Easy
hat,
peasy.
or if I do like a really large needle size with a DK weight,
Sure.
backyard, I can knock out a murder knit shawl. Why
Come
not?
on, Mitchell. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely, you can.
So it's still possible,
It is.
but
Or do a hat or do
What
whatever.
other things are coming up? There's the Puritanical Knitting Fun Run.
Mhm.
I guess, the MCAL's over. I still put mine aside. I'm going to pick it up next year. Decide how I'm going to play with the
Right.
colors after seeing everybody's, the Stephen West MCAL.
Nope.
Because,
yeah,
Never
I don't
again.
finish that either.
yeah, I don't think
Never
I'll do it again. It wasn't enjoyable. I mean, it's too much stuff. Can't
Too
just
much
be about the
drama.
knitting.
That's the second
Yeah.
one in a row that I'm like, ew. I
I
like
like
some parts of
shawlography,
it,
though.
but not the whole thing. I think it's
I like
all
the shawlography. I did not like last year's. And I've seen a few online that are pretty, but the
right.
most of them are not.
Yeah.
It was a hot mess. So,
Yeah. This is the
um,
second year in a row that I feel like that. So I'm like, nope, no more. That's okay.
yeah. So I'm done with that. I think the Puritanical Knitting Fun Run goes till the end of November. And then the Whodunit, but you can knit whatever you want during the Whodunit. It's more about watching the podcast and trying to find out who the murderer is. And the Knitting McPurley has her Audrey sweater cow going too.
Yeah. Yep.
If you guys have watched Tara's episode, she's almost done with hers and it looks really good. And she even did it black. So,
Which is so Audrey.
yes. And it's such a great neutral sweater to wear with a lot of different things.
Yeah. You can dress it up, dress it down. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to do one at some point.
Well, once your Calliope is done, yeah.
The sleeves. I'm in Sleeve Island. Now I have to frog and go back to Sleeve Island.
The Whodunit starts in January, so follow Two Sisters and Some Yarn
First,
for all the details. And Blocked. I think there's going to be some stuff in Blocked as well.
I think so, yeah.
We're part of it, and we don't even know all the details yet. So it's a mystery to us too.
I just do what I'm told,
But there will be murder. And
here, talk about this. Okay.
we know a lot of you guys like true crime like we do. So there's a murder or two or more. Who knows? We'll see.
Ooh.
Don't know.
No.
I know
It's
Amy's
two
working on it.
sisters, so maybe it's two. Who knows?
I don't know. It should be fun. It'll be a good winter, activity to play around
Yeah,
with
right
while
after
you're watching
Christmas.
podcasts.
Yeah, after the holidays, you want to just, do something
Morgan,
different.
are you needing that vest with us? That colorwork vest?
Oh
that
yeah.
Joe and Neil are making me do.
When's that gonna be?
January, but there's no end date. It's just start in
Oh.
January and work on it whenever.
Yeah, I'll do it because I should have a nice yarn budget by then. So I can't wait. I'm gonna go hog wild maybe a little bit because I've not had a budget for yarn in so long
Aw,
that
good for
I
you.
just I cannot wait for when
That's
I
fun.
can just go and get some yarn.
That's fun.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the mittens challenge thing too, which I'm
I
looking
said I was
forward
going to do that too. And still haven't started that either.
Well,
Oops.
Joe said she would knit it if you came up with a design.
I know, and here I still sit going, yep, still haven't even printed anything out, coloring anything in.
Yeah.
Haven't done any of
Yeah.
it.
It's hard this time of year. There's so many other outside activities but I'm going to try the vest. It's all over colorwork, which I've never ever done. So I figure I can work on it here and there. Yeah, and you're steeking the sleeves, so you just have to knit a tube, basically, I guess.
Oh, that's going to scare me.
Nope, it'll be fine. Just don't put superwash yarn.
You can virtually hold my hand through.
I've never done it either, but lots of people do. and
We're gonna
It's
be
just
just won't
knitting.
need superwash.
You know?
Yeah, it's just knitting.
It's not surgery. It's knitting.
But if I screw up, all of that knitting goes
Okay.
bye bye.
Okay. She's so young. She's so young because at our age, we're just like, okay, yeah, we
Yeah.
did all that and we cut it and we screwed it up. Okay, whatever. You know,
Yep.
move on.
Yeah.
You'll get there.
But it'll be
One
good.
of these days.
It'll be fine.
I'm
Learn
not- I figure,
it now. Yes. Don't wait.
yeah, you could do that too. Beat the winter blues.
Very much for anything.
now.
Bright colors.
Ooh.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Ooh,
have to see.
that sounds
I'm
fun.
gonna try it. I don't expect to finish it anytime soon. I figure it's gonna be something I'm gonna have to take breaks from
Mm-hmm.
because I don't have a ton of color work experience, and that's a lot of color work. So
It's easy though. I've done color work.
It
It's
is.
easy. And those look like very small floats, one or
yeah,
two
that's
stitches.
that's
you
the
know.
only reason I'm willing to do it, because if it was long floats, yeah,
Well, I've done long floats. It's just
I have, but they're a
that's
pain.
very easy. That
So
I
we'll
say
see.
that and I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it.
I ordered the whole. I think I ended up spending $37 with shipping, so that was not bad
Nice.
for.
Wow.
It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 skeins, I think.
Ugh.
So that wasn't bad.
They're
But they're 50
colors.
grand skeins.
It's
There's
like
too many colors.
how do you pick color? You know what I mean? It's just it's so hard to pick. Ugh.
Yeah, I just winged it, kind of.
Yeah.
There were too many I liked, and I just like,
Their
okay, I like
colors
this
are
blue,
amazing. Yeah.
and this blue works, and I want a pop, but I don't want orange, so I'll do pink, and then this pale pink instead of a tan, because the original one has tan, so I picked a paler pink.
Okay.
Neil picked the colors that are in the actual pattern,
Okay.
so he's getting the Jameson.
Oh.
I don't know
well.
what Joe's doing.
Yeah, but he's British and they get Jameson,
Yeah,
They get that in the grocery store.
which is crazy to me, but
And I know. Like, I'm like, seriously, you go to the I mean, we have Meijer and we have Walmart, and they have yarn, but not like they have yarn in the grocery store.
no. And I think in Sweden there's like a yarn store in the airport and everywhere on every corner too.
Well, that's
what I've
smart.
heard. Well, because knitting is part of their culture. They learn it in school.
Yeah.
So everybody learns it. So, but yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that. The steeking, I'm just going to go with it because other people have done it, so I'm not going to stress it. So, and as long as you're not using superwash, it should be fine.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So that I'll swatch after I get the yarn in, because that I'm actually going to swatch, because if it's color work, I want to make sure that I don't go to all
Right.
the trouble and it's too small. So,
Yeah.
and my daughter's not interested in having it knit for her, so I showed it to her and she's like, no, Mom, that's not me.
Okay.
So okay then. And my son and husband would never wear it, so it looks like I'm knitting it for me. And then Amy's supposed to be doing a crochet along at some point.
What?
She's talking about doing a crochet thing, remember? She hasn't mentioned it in a while
I
though.
remember because Jackie's still got her Doctor Who
I know.
60th anniversary thing going on right now.
I know.
And then who knows what she's going to do after that. Yeah, Amy did say she was going to do a crochet along. And then we have Morgan's sleeve thing.
Yeah.
That might, well, I mean, at this point, I'm thinking it might just get pushed back to like spring or something like that.
That's fine,
'cause-
because
That's fine. Joe Bob
yeah,
and I
that's
have
perfect.
pushed back a Penguono for, I don't know,
Another
2
year.
years
How
now.
long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They pushed it back another year. It's already been 2 years
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
they
so
talked
there you
about this
go.
thing.
it's okay.
Yeah. They were gonna spin for the yarn for it at one point, but that didn't happen either.
Well, no, I probably have enough hand spun to actually do it. But yeah, I was going to spin for it. And then she decided we had to do something else, some shawl or who knows.
Well,
I think
I
it
don't
was
think we'll be
the
doing
What's that one
Exploration
that
station,
all the different fragment thing?
Fragmentation station.
No, it's a no, it's
Oh.
not. It's not a triangle shawl. It's not it just looks fragmented. It's
Oh.
one of them long,
Oh yeah.
you know what I'm talking about.
I don't remember the name though.
Yeah, I don't
But I know
remember
what
the
you're
name. But then she decided we were going to do that instead. So then we did that. And then she decided we were going to do something else. So we did that. And then it got to be, okay, we'll try next year.
Yeah. Well, the
And
penguano's a
it's been 2
commitment,
years.
so
So, ooh,
and
look
it's
at
hard because one of you guys is going to be knitting it during summer, whichever way it ends up working out. So
Well, I should do it during.
Why do I have a feeling that this isn't gonna?
It's a yarmulke. Nice.
So here's the
it's a
thing.
very big yarmulke.
I've never. Okay, so I'm finally starting. See, here's the thing. I might. I might have to ask Neil about something after the
Why
show.
am I crocheting
I'm
a yarmulke?
I'm just gonna put this to the side for a moment, and I'm gonna quick ask Neil after the show what exactly.
Dear
If you did
Neil,
that,
what the hell? Love.
if you did it in cotton, it would make a great heating pad, like a trivet or whatever.
Oh
You
yeah,
know?
True.
sure.
That's true.
Yeah.
What? It's
'Cause this
thick
isn't
enough that you can put a
forming-
hot plate down on it.
Trivet.
This isn't forming the hat that I,
No, that's no.
need it to be. It
Not
just
a
keeps
hat.
growing out this way.
When
It's
does it
not
start
going
go- when
down
do you
this
stop-
way.
When do you stop increasing?
Well, I stopped increasing. Now I'm just
And it's
supposed to be
still getting
going.
bigger instead of going down.
Something's not right.
Yeah, I think there's a problem there.
Neil.
I'm sure he can help you work it out. You can ask him tomorrow on Knitting Wars. You can
Yeah,
show it to him and
or,
say, "Hey
you know-
Neil, what's the deal here?"
Or he'll watch this and then send me a message and be like, "What happened?"
Teresa, I think your cow's going to be in the next issue.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yep,
No, it's in the other
I'm
room.
pretty sure.
Nice.
I need to send him my Christmas pattern.
Hmm.
I need to type that up and send that to him for that. My Christmas cowl.
That cow's fun. It's very non-traditional and kind of eclectic and, crazy, but it's fun. It's fun to make. That pattern's very fun, and just
That's-
do it and wear
It's
it.
nice when you have a project that's just not your norm that you just enjoy doing so much.
It's not
Yeah.
norm at all, and you will be the only person in your town wearing one.
That's okay. You know,
Like Morgan's yarmulke.
just walk around in it like you're on the runway. You know, like
I can hear Adam
Everyone else
saying
should
it
be-
now.
I know,
Lord.
right? Oh, yeah, see, it's not like forming. It's not going down the way it's supposed to.
you mean the Gilligan
just
hat shape
like-
is not coming out the way it should be?
No, not really. Not really.
I'm sure there's a
Oh,
reason.
well.
I'm sure Neil can figure it out for you.
You know, this is why I knit hats. This is why, like, when I tried crocheting hats a really, really long time ago, like, yeah, that was the reason I stopped.
Really?
Okay. The only I
I've
used to
not-
before I
yeah.
knitted, I didn't like crocheting hats because I didn't like the seam.
Okay.
You know, but what I would do is I would crochet them flat and just crochet in the back loop only, like ribbing, just till it was enough to go around the head, and then you just crochet the two together and then tighten up the top, and it would be a
Okay,
ribbed hat, and that's how
There's-
I'd make crochet hats.
There's a girl I
Yes.
watch on YouTube, Bag a Day Crochet, and I know you know who she is.
Yeah, I know
Oh,
who she is.
yeah.
Yeah,
And she has numerous hat patterns, but the one she wears all the time, that brown hat, I want to make that so bad. And it's like, knit in a day, or sorry, crochet in a day kind of thing.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, these were because you would do like certain number of rows, and then you would just crochet the ends together, and then put the yarn through the top, weave it through, and pull it tight. and it would close one end, and it
Yeah.
would just have a ribbed hat.
Hold on, I need to look at this picture of this hat because I just want to see real
See
quick.
where yours is going off the rails,
Yeah, I just
so to
want to
speak.
see real fast. Wait, I'm trying to see.
Sort of.
Well, it's
She
hard
bought a
to.
house just for yarn. I knew that lady had a lot of
No,
yarn, but
well,
what the hell?
no,
What the
the house
hell?
she had, she had like a ranch style house, whatever, in her town. Her father owned it and sold it to her or something. So they had that house for a while, but they have like 5 kids, and the house was kind of small. So then they bought a house outside of town. It's like a log cabin house, and it's got some acreage. And so that's where her main house is. Now, I don't know what she's doing with that. I don't know if she's renting it out or what she's doing with the first house. But yeah, she always said, "Oh, yeah, this is my yarn house." But, you know, she's not that crazy.
You never know.
Yeah. I like her, though. She's cool.
Yeah, I've watched a few of her videos.
She has a lot of tutorials, man, like 1,100 or something, some crazy amount.
Yeah, which is good because
Yeah, good.
tutorials are awesome. That's how I learn. Everybody should learn. Because I'm a visual learner. I can't like learn from photos or reading it. I
Yeah.
need to see somebody
Yeah, me too.
actually knit or crochet it to actually learn it. So, but did you find the picture, Morgan?
Oh,
No, she went down a rabbit hole, it looks like.
I think I know what I did,
Oh,
but I'm probably still gonna talk to Neil tomorrow anyway,
ruh-roh.
just to be on the safe side, because Yep, I'm probably still gonna talk to Neil tomorrow anyway.
Okay, we will see what he says.
Yep.
What time is Knitting Wars tomorrow?
5.
And she's gone.
5.
Okay.
So 6
cool.
my time,
So 6 your time is 3 my time.
3 your time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't know what time it is for Joe.
Wednesday. Sometime Wednesday morning. It would be like an hour earlier than we start because we start at 4 my time when we podcast. So if it's 6 for you, that's an hour earlier.
I don't know.
We usually start at 7 for you, right?
7 for me. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's 4 for me. So
Neil and I shall be streaming together next week.
Yay! Woohoo!
Sweet.
You and Neil
Yay.
and Adam, right, Tomsky?
I don't know if Adam's going to make it. I hope so because Adam is hilarious.
I love
I know,
Adam.
right?
His snark in the chats are hilarious.
And
I know, right?
he's very punny. He's very punny.
That's what I mean. I'm excited. I'm going to watch that. I don't know. Should we have introduced Neil and Tomsky? Is that going to come back to bite us at some point?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering. Let the Brits all gang up on us?
Nah.
They're just mad because we left.
They can eat their beans on toast while they podcast. Oh, and Annie,
too.
yay!
That'll be fun.
Annie.
Yay!
Annie.
We love Annie. She was a delight when she was on.
She is.
And she's Joe's new BFF, evidently.
I know.
So hopefully we'll win the Melbourne Cup. Who knows?
Talk trash about all. I'm sure you will. Call us bastards.
That's a norm. He does all the time anyway. That's not a shocker. Fine, you can trash talk us all you want, and then next week we'll talk about British food.
That's right. Yeah, because we got plenty to say about that.
The country that grew the spice trade but doesn't use the spices. I'm sorry, that's mean. What?
Yeah,
True.
salt and pepper are not spices, people.
No, they're requirement. Just saying.
It was funny, like when like I moved back home, and we're doing like the shopping list for the first time and everything, and I'm saying, okay, yeah, let's get this, 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 and my dad's just looking at me like, what? Like, yeah, we need all this to season the food. He's
Oh,
like,
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Wisconsinites are not known for being spicy. They're just not.
except
Neither are
for
Utahns either.
except for our Bloody Marys, though.
Yeah, but I'm talking about your food. Like, my ex-husband was from Wisconsin, Northern, and
Okay.
you go to a diner and you get meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and gravy, and you get salt and pepper, and that's about it. Or meatballs and gravy on mashed potatoes, or pork chops and gravy on mashed potatoes. It's-
I mean, yeah, but here, like, I mean, I'm in like the southern Wisconsin area, so it's like we got,
yeah.
yeah, got some good stuff.
Yeah,
Cheese
my
curds,
mother-in-law,
all that.
they don't use a lot of seasoning where she Utah and her, and that's a big joke with us because when we lived with her after we got married for a while, my husband and I went out and bought spices, and because
Mm-hmm.
we did some of the cooking, so we were making sure there were spices. And
Mm-hmm.
even now, it's just my daughter lived with her when she was in college, and she's like, "Yeah, grandma's food's kind of bland."
Yeah.
And I sent her little containers of spices back with her, like little. I'm like, in case you need this for when you do any cooking up there, because I know grandma doesn't have them. And she and my niece were cracking up because they would break out the spices to cook,
Yeah, it's
like it was,
crazy
a
how
big,
people.
like it was gold or something. They would break out the
Yeah.
spices.
Yeah.
What time does your game start, ladies?
What?
Monday Night Football?
Oh no.
Hold on.
Our
No,
our
we're
team our teams aren't playing until Sunday.
Oh, I thought they were playing tonight.
No.
What time is that game? Do you know?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's why I was asking
I
you
don't
guys.
know.
I don't
Probably
know
1
either.
o'clock. I think one,
Yeah,
but
probably.
probably.
Yeah, because this last Sunday was a noon game, I think. Yeah, noon
Well,
game.
we had like a 4-day thing, so 1 o'clock. Yes.
Yep.
Well,
Like I said,
next
I'm
weekend
not.
we
I'm
have the
fully
race.
admitting now.
Oh,
I
the
wouldn't
game's
be
on
surprised
now,
if we
Yo-Yo
lost.
says.
Vikings
Vikings and Falcons
Falcons?
are on
Oh.
now, Yo-Yo says.
I thought Vikings
Chargers and
played
Jets.
last night.
Chargers and Jets are on too.
Oh, that's right. I want to see that game actually.
Oh,
Yo-Yo.
Ooh.
Vikings played yesterday.
well, maybe they're playing again. I don't know.
I lost in my friend's fantasy football by 8.9 points.
Ugh.
Okay, so just real quick, I have Jalen Hurts, Aaron Jones. I've got Mark Andrews. I've got Dallas defense didn't do me any favors last night, but
What? Why wouldn't you go with the Steelers defense? Come on.
Well, this was a snake draft
Okay.
for this one. It wasn't like an auto. Well, and then my family league is an auto draft, so I have no choice at all in
Oh, I hate
who I
that.
get there. I know.
I'd end up with all the Ravens, and I'd be mad.
Okay, evidently our money is in on our horses.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah, Joe got our
Oh
bets in.
shit! I didn't even. I just did eeny, meeny, miny, mo, basically. So all right, whatever.
You told
I
me
solely-
David had to pick that one.
You know what? I've had sure things run dead up the track, and I've had
Aw,
a horse that was over 100-1 win. So it doesn't matter.
thanks, Senko. We appreciate it too. We love having
That's
these
you leaving?
chats
Oh,
because then we get to see people. People have lives; they can't stay with us forever.
yeah.
Evidently, children to feed, all that kind of stuff.
They
So.
ate yesterday. Stop it. There's
Exactly.
obesity epidemic in this country with children. Stop feeding them so much.
Make them exercise a little bit. So
Yeah,
no, I have to
make
go
it
do
run
dinner
outside.
here in a minute.
Yeah.
So, but thanks everybody for coming. And even though
Thanks,
Joe
Thank
Bob wasn't
you.
here,
Joe Bob.
she should be
She's
here
too
next
busy
week,
with
and
the
maybe
horse
Morgan can
races
come
or
next
something.
week.
Yeah,
I think-
definitely.
Okay, cool. And we don't know if anyone else will pop in. Maybe Amy and Ann and Neil can join us, and other people if they want.
Everybody
It's really
come.
good.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, it is. We
Even
enjoyed
you,
talking to everybody.
Pirate Tumsky.
Yeah, yeah. You and Neil, then you can be on our show too after you've done your
Ooh.
own show. So we can talk about the fallout from when you guys stream.
We can all drink tea while we do it.
And
There you
throw it
go.
into the harbor.
And then throw it into the harbor. Yeah.
We'll throw ours away, but you can drink yours. Yeah.
Except we'll drink iced tea. Because Southerners.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll have
And
sweet
warm
tea.
tea is good. Jet's getting bummed. Oh well. Thanks, Tomsky. Oh, you can't be on camera because you're our mod. That's true. But you could always just, when Amy's modding, you can come on,
Yeah.
and vice versa.
Come on. You're lame. You're lame.
So, and we only deserve iced tea. Okay, I can live with that. Yeah, Joe. If Joe's team wins again, that's all we'll hear about next week anyway. So,
Mm-mm.
because
Mm-mm.
her and her love of American football, or
Well,
her love of one team. Period. So we'll see.
She's deranged.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for coming. It's especially after daylight savings time when life is different and times are different and new schedule for everybody. Pitch dark outside by
Yeah.
5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay. Chargers versus Jets tonight. Okay. So that's what's on now. So, well, thanks everybody. We'll see you
thank
next week.
you.
Thanks for making it,
Take
Morgan.
care.
Guys,
We
like,
miss you when you're not
subscribe,
here.
all that stuff. Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
hopefully
thank you.
your hat will look different next week.
Your
Hopefully
yarmulke?
by tomorrow on Knitting Wars, it'll look
Or
different.
or you'll have adapted Neil's design into something new.
Yes.
I
It'll
doubt
be a new design.
it. I highly doubt it.
It could happen. All right. Talk to you guys later.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.